Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm going to be testing the long-awaited M2 Special Edition in multiplayer in Asphalt 8 at rank 1529. Lots of people have requested me make a video about this car with this tune, so here you go. It's 0505 and 5555, basically the maximum speed tune. So throughout my testing of this car, I encountered mostly R8 Special Editions as competition. However, in this first race, I have an MP425, who is at 1580, so a good 51 rank above me. Now, that car at that rank is about as fast as I am at this rank, I believe, around 290 miles per hour. We have quite a battle in this race. And I think the way he tuned, he may have been slightly slower than me, so here I've gotten past him, I go up here, and then I pretty much don't have to worry about him anymore because he does seem to be slightly slower. However, since I've been playing Asphalt 9 a lot recently, I've kind of fallen out of that Asphalt 8 groove, you know, and so I don't really feel as in tune with the Asphalt 8 cars anymore. Here, I drift way too late and wreck in the middle there, allowing that MP425 to get past me because he took the shorter route without wrecking and I'm on the longer route. However, we have 2 laps. Thankfully, it wasn't a 1-lap race. I believe I did vote 2 laps every race I played in this car, in case stuff like that happened, and faster accelerating cars knocking me down, stuff like that. Since he is slower than me, I figured that I would probably be able to catch up to him again, and so that is what I tried to do. I pretty much never quit in Asphalt 8 unless I'm at the very end of the race, and it's obvious I'm going to lose a lot of points, so yeah, you can do that in Asphalt 8, not quite so much in Asphalt 9. So here I flat spin under him, and narrowly miss getting knocked down by him. Then we have this air battle, and because I go to the right, and he does not as much, he wrecks, and I barely make it onto the ship. Then I do a low barrel roll, and we are back on track again. This time, I calculate the turn properly and make it around without difficulty. Oh, and before I forget to mention it, I'm going to be holding an Asphalt 9 live stream this weekend, Saturday, October 13th at 4 p.m. GMT. That's 11 a.m. Central Time. Hope to see you there. So in this race, we beat that 1580 MP425, as well as an unboosted Porsche Carrera GT at 1534. So in this race, one of the things I hate most in multiplayer happens to me. The guy in front of me stops in front of me and blocks me from going. If this happens, back up and go around them. Because if you don't back up, you're just going to waste your nitro running into them, and then they can just take off and you will be left behind. Thankfully, that guy was unboosted, so he wasn't out to beat me necessarily, but just troll me, which is really annoying. I would never do that to anybody in a multiplayer season, because who knows whether they're ticket racing or not, and that could really mess up somebody's race. And I happen to be ticket racing in all of the races in this video. So yeah, do not fear guys, however, this is a 2-lap race. The guy in first is an R8 SE who is faster and accelerates faster, so there's pretty much no chance I'm going to catch him now. However, this guy right in front of me is another M2 Special Edition who was slightly slower, which allowed me to slowly catch up to him. Now, you may be wondering, why didn't I test this car at this rank before? Because my last video about this car is many months ago. Well, the reason for that is recently, I have not been farming as much because, frankly, I've not been enjoying Asphalt 8 as much as I used to, and so I've really only been farming for those urgent things, such as the events that come every so often, and I really don't have much to spare for other cars that I've already tested, such as this one. However, with some extra change that I had, I did test this car, finally. So we lost to this higher-ranked R8 SE, but we beat that lower-ranked one who trolled us, as well as the 1451 M2 SE. Now, you may have noticed that I am in Pro League instead of Champion League like I usually am. Well, the main reason for this is that I did not play much in the previous season because that was the one where they were testing that new matchmaking system that I hated, and thankfully it got reverted. But it still dropped me because I hardly played at all. So I got dropped down to, I think, 1600 or something like that because I finished at 1800 at the end of that season. So that's why I'm in Pro, and I'm probably not going to try to make it up to Champion again in this season, partially because I don't really feel like playing it all that much anymore, and the other reason is because, well, for Pro League, I get a car that I don't have yet, the Peugeot SR1. That may surprise a lot of you because there have been many giveaway cups for that, but usually I've not gotten all of the rewards, and because I got like 2/3 of the blueprints, I sold them because I didn't think it was ever going to be in an assembly cup again. That's a bad habit of mine in Asphalt 8. But at the end of this season, I should finally be able to get it, and that will actually be my 190th car in Asphalt 8. I'm nearly to 200, so I guess my goal is to get to 200 cars before I finally quit the game, which I don't know when it will be, but I definitely want to at least go through the next update and test out the Transylvania track. So in this race, we lose to the R8 SE, but only by about a second. But in the next race, things go a bit differently. Now he was higher ranked, at a rank of 1544. In this race we are facing a 1497 one, which I believe is 4504-5555. It's a fairly popular tune, and quite a good one, especially for staying below 1500 rank. However, the M2 SE is so close to the R8 SE in speed at this rank that if the R8 SE makes any kind of major mistake, the M2 SE's got him. Like there, he took the turn a bit too sharply, hit the inside, went out, and thus I was able to knock him down. And now, because his speed is not all that much greater than me, I'm going to be able to win the race, assuming I don't make any dumb mistakes. So I believe the M2 SE is probably the most balanced and well-rounded of all the special edition cars. Because the SLK SE has extremely high speed, but very bad at everything else. The R8 SE is just really overpowered in all aspects, and the RX-8 SE has low speed, but really good acceleration. This car just has quite good of everything, however not especially overpowered anything. But it's good enough that you can definitely beat some of those more overpowered ones, like here we beat this R8 SE. And if you're new to my channel and may have not seen my previous M2 SE videos, I would definitely recommend checking those out. I believe I have made 3 of them. So here we get knocked down by the MP48. Now in this race we have 2 other M2 SEs, which are lower ranked because I am at 100% risk. That is one definite benefit of doing races with ticket races instead of free racing. And it is easier for me to ticket race in testing when I'm in Pro League rather than Champion League because I don't have to worry so much about losing a whole lot of points. So I guess that's another good reason for me to stay in Pro League this season, because then I feel like I can test more cars without having to free race, and then get better matchmaking because of ticket racing. Here I catch up to the MP48, who knocked me down, and pass him by before the first lap is even over, and then he wrecks. The MP48's decidedly average speed just really cannot compare anymore to the vast amount of cars that can go faster than it at this rank, even the not so especially overpowered M2 SE. I noticed when I was recording that I had not nearly as much competition in my races as I usually do, and I probably only have about half the races in this video that I've played. The ones that you're seeing are the ones with more competition, and even these, as you can see here with these 2 lower ranked M2 SEs, don't have especially much competition. The reason is, people are honestly leaving Asphalt 8 and not playing it as much as they used to be, whether it be that new multiplayer system when people quit, or Asphalt 9, or a combination of the 2, or something else. It's the reality that people are leaving Asphalt 8, and I'm seeing an increasing divide in the amount of views my Asphalt 8 videos get versus my Asphalt 9 ones. Obviously not enough to make me stop making Asphalt 8 videos, but enough that it's more worth my time to make more Asphalt 9 videos rather than the same amount of both, for example. You've probably noticed that trend on my channel, more Asphalt 9 videos and less Asphalt 8 ones, and I hope now you understand why. In this race we are actually facing that same R8 SE who trolled us in the earlier race. However, again, he is unboosted and he is free racing, so that's probably why, and so we are able to beat him without too much of a problem. Also, we have the 1478 MP48 with tuning kit nitro starter. This is the kind of thing that I came up against in most races that I played. So I'm sorry if I don't have quite the competition I usually have in my races, but hey, I can't control what other people do in multiplayer. So we are coming up near the end of this 1-lap race, and it turned out that even though I usually voted 2 laps, and 2 laps usually won, 1 lap was usually enough for me to come in first if I was going to come in first, or if I was going to come in second, a second lap didn't matter. So maybe 1 lap was really the way to go. For our final race, we are facing an M2 SE at rank 1432 on French Guiana. Now at the beginning here, I try to get past him, but unfortunately he gets right in front of me and I knock him down. I didn't want to do that because, well, that just eliminates any competition that I may have had in the race. But I've learned that when things happen, they've already happened, and you can't do anything about them happening, so move on and deal with it. That's what I often have to do in the Asphalt 9 multiplayer system, which the system didn't really change, but they made it so you lose points pretty much every time you leave. You may get one free disconnected day where you don't lose points, but basically there, the times when I'm the only one who gets knocked down, then it feels like it's been unfairly, I just finish the race, or disconnect or whatever, and move on. Because once you realize that getting upset at something unfair happening doesn't exactly help the situation any, you tend to not get quite as upset, or at least that's what has helped me. So in conclusion, the M2 SE is still a fairly good multiplayer car, not as good as the Porsche Carrera GT or the R8 SE, however, it still can hold its own, and if those cars make any big mistakes, this car can beat them a lot of the time. So guys, thank you all for watching, please like the video if you've enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt 8 and Asphalt 9 content. I still plan to upload Asphalt 8 at least once a week along with my Asphalt 9 videos. So guys, I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!